What causes an embryo to develop into a boy and what into a girl? And how is it possible for some individuals to be born as female and in puberty transition into male? These are quite intriguing questions. Which answer will we discover now? A normal human cell contains 46 chromosomes, of which 2 are sex chromosomes and the rest are called autosomes. The 2 sex chromosomes are denoted as X and Y. One comes from the mother and is always X, while the other comes from the father and can be either X or Y, which ultimately determines the sex. If the sperm carries an X chromosome, the embryo will develop as female, while it will develop as male if it carries a Y chromosome. I know that some may say that anyone can choose their gender. Yes. But from a genetic standpoint, it is determined at fertilization. The chance of a sperm carrying either Y or X is equal, and at the current scientific level, parents can indeed determine the gender of their future child through certain investigations. But I don't recommend it, as you may have noticed. The X chromosome is much larger than the Y chromosome, but nevertheless, they can exchange genes. What causes a small chromosome like Y to determine the future gender? The answer is that if we segment the chromosome into different genes, there is precisely one gene that dictates the course of events, and its name is the sex-determining region. The SRY gene establishes intricate connections with other genes, activating those responsible for testis development while suppressing genes associated with ovary. The importance of the sex-determining region is significant, as evidenced by the fact that if it is damaged, even with a Y chromosome present, female development still occurs. After covering these boring details, the interesting questions arise. What happens if one of the chromosomes is damaged, or even disappears? The answer is that sex chromosomes and the absence of one due to mutations. The most well-known of these are Turner syndrome, triple X syndrome, double Y syndrome, and Klinefelter syndrome. As we all know, testosterone is the primary male hormone responsible for all those male thoughts and behaviors, as well as for building larger muscle mass. But what will happen if its metabolism is disrupted? The answer is in the picture. What genes do these kids carry? And how does this happen? The disorder you are referring to is more likely a mutation in a protein related to testosterone metabolism. Children with such a defect have normal testes but lack a penis at birth. They are assigned as girls and raised as such. Interestingly, during puberty, when the testes begin to produce significantly more testosterone, the external genitalia finally react and acquire their normal forms. This phenomenon is most commonly encountered in the Dominican Republic, where 1 out of every 90 girls changes their sex during puberty.